December 28th, 2023. Thought I'd hop on the live real quick, say hello. Hope y'all had a happy holiday season. Hope y'all had a happy holiday season. I know it's not over yet. There's still some holiday left to go. But honestly, like, who celebrates New Year's like it's a big holiday? People just use it because they don't have to go to work, you know? Oh, I have New Year's Eve off! Woo! When you're past the age of, like, I don't know, 35, New Year's Eve isn't kind of like a holiday anymore. No one cares. It's just, you play the can I stay up till midnight game. It's a toss-up. Anything past 32, 33, 34, the staying up to midnight game gets a little more difficult to win. What up, man? It's just me and you in here, bro. What's up? Ask me some questions. It's Q&A time. It's drill sergeant time. What are your questions? You got anything for me? Drill sergeant, what did you get for Christmas? I got a book. I got a book and a t-shirt, which is really cool, actually. I'm really excited about the shirt. That's how you know you've reached old age, too, when you get, like, a shirt for Christmas. I buy my own socks, so I'm not like the dad that always gets socks, but I get like a cool t-shirt that has like, I don't know, if it's like a band t-shirt. This one was, you remember that show Suits? Suits. I got one that said, you just got lit up. I know, it's funny. Question: how do reserve drill sergeants work? The same as regular drill sergeants. They just don't do a whole cycle. They'll come in for the fun part, like they'll come in for red phase, and then that's it. They come in for like the first 3 weeks, and then they go home. And I envy them because, one, they don't have to pull CQ. I can't remember if they actually came in for PT or not. I think they did, but then by like 1700, they were out the door. That was it. By dinner time, they were like, well, time to clock out and go home. Like, what, go home? What going home you doing, man? Although, because I was on the trail at Fort Leonard Wood, there was these, I don't want to say condemned housing area, but it certainly wasn't livable. I don't know if it was condemned or not. Anyway, I know they stuck the reserve drill sergeants in those condemned housing area while they were staying there doing their drill time. Because I asked one dude, I was like, hey, where are you guys staying at? You guys staying at like the Holiday Inn or something? They were like, no, homie. We're staying, and he said the name of it. I can't recall the name of it. But I was like, wait a minute, I know where that's at. It's right by my housing area. And he's like, oh, you're familiar with the territory. I was like, yeah, I drive by it almost every day, and let out the biggest chuckle, thinking to myself, what poor soul are they sticking in those? Come to find out, it's the reserve drill. Oh, you're only here for 3 weeks? Good luck. What are the questions you got, man? Did you guys have a happy holiday? We didn't go see family. Not a single family member was saw this year. We went to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. It was so much fun, man. So much fun. It was a lot more packed than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be kind of empty because it's the holidays, but apparently everyone had the same idea we did. I was like, oh, we're done seeing family, man. Not my immediate family, obviously. My wife and kids, like, we saw each other. But, like, any family member outside of that, no. Had a family member ruin it a couple years ago. I'm not going to say which family member it was. My mom. She came to our house, and mind you, my wife went all out, man. She got so much food. We bought a new refrigerator because that's how much food we had. So we had like 2 refrigerators, one in the garage, one in the kitchen. We set up the guest bedroom, which was never set up. It was just like a storage room, but then we went out and bought a bed. Bottom line is we spent a lot of money and time and effort on this. Just for them to come down, My brother and his wife too. My brother and his wife pissed me off on Christmas morning. Uh, they ended up leaving like mid-afternoon when their intention was to stay throughout the entire week. Then, once things kind of settled down after they left, my mom got piss ass drunk. Um, hold on 1 second. I'll answer your question. Got piss ass drunk. Insulted my wife and her cooking. Insulted me, insulted the kids, and I told her about it the next morning. I was like, hey, you really insulted every time. That doesn't sound like me. I'm like, that was 100% you. Like, that was 100% you. Anyway. So we decided not to do any more family Christmases. Like, I might go see a family member or two, like one-on-one, but like getting together around the holidays, man, it's just, I think you have to set a limit. If you're deciding that, hey, I'm gonna go see family members, or family members are gonna come to your house, you got to set a time limit. The day they arrive, which, let's say Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve, the day they arrive, Christmas Day, and then the next day you're packing your shit and leaving. 3 days or 2.5, however you want to look at it, max. Anything after that, it just becomes like, all right, why are you guys still here? Like, why are you guys still here? That same year, my mom and my stepdad did that. They stayed for like a week and a half, and I was like, hey, like, I have to go back to work eventually. Here's the remote. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Oh, we're just here to visit. We already did that. Like, hit the brakes, man. We took them to, like, the local museum, which there is a museum here in town with, like, the history of this town. It wasn't, like, a big museum. It only has, like, 2 floors, the size of, like, your living room. And it was like, oh, that took all of 15 minutes. Like, what now? You want to go get something to eat? Like, all right, what are your questions? Oh, there was a big question here. What is it? How bad is basic training? It's fine. You'll be fine. It's not bad. I'm actually going to start making some videos, which was my entire intention with doing social media to begin with, was to make like some videos on like preparing people for basic training. And I started to do that back in April of 2021 when I first started. Was it April 2020? No, April 2020, excuse me. That was my initial intention with this back in April of 2020, was to make like some tutorial videos on like simple shit, like how to tie your boots, how to do a load of laundry, how to make a bunk, just to make it easier for people who, when they get to basic training, because you're going to be like thrown a cornucopia of information, like speed round, like bam, 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 do this, here's how you do this. And I just thought it would be cool for people to have like some insight knowledge on how stuff is done to make their basic training experience a little more enjoyable and a little bit more easier. And I started to do that when I first got on here, and it didn't take off. Like, no one, I get like a couple of hits, and my wife suggested, why don't you do comedy to kind of reel people in and then do the tutorials. And I started to do the comedy like 3-4 months later, and I never stopped. So I think it's been like 3 years of comedy, and it's like, all right, bro, where them tutorials at? So I'm gonna start doing them. Don't you worry your pretty little head. All right, they coming. Hold on, can I change this so I don't look like? There we go. How's that better? Any tips to survive? Survive. That's the tip. Survive. No, you'll be good, man. I promise you, man. Like I said, 99.9% of drill sergeants want to be there. They signed up to be a drill sergeant, so they're very passionate about the job. They want you to succeed. They want you to excel. As long as you're not a doo-doo head, and I would choose to use a different term of phrase, but I'm on social media, so I gotta say doo-doo head. As long as you're not, I'm just gonna keep saying doo-doo head. As long as you're not a doo-doo head, you'll be fine, man. It's the doo-doo heads that kind of ruin it for everybody else, because all the attention gets focused on them versus, you know, which I guess you could say about the Army in general. You know, you look it down at like the platoon level, the platoon sergeant and PL are focusing 95% of their focus is on like the 2 or 3 doo-doo heads of the platoon, where like everybody else who's like doing the right thing and just trying to like come to work and just be a soldier, they're just like, hey man, can I get some attention too? Well, get a DUI and then you'll get some attention, you know what I mean? But you'll be fine, man. Just go to basic training with like open eyes, open ears, you know, be open to the power of suggestion, you know. Don't get all up in your feels if someone tells you that your shit, you know, it does stink. There's a lot of people that go in there with like this mindset of like, you know, oh, I got this, you know, and then suddenly they're told like they're not the greatest thing in the world. Like, were you kidding me? My mom's been telling me I was for 20 plus years, you know. 18 years I've been told I'm the best little boy in the world. I'm house boy. So I'm like really Harry, like I'm still Harry Potter mindset right now because our recent trip to Universal, and like I'm really big into Harry Potter. Not like crazy, like I haven't read the books and know every little in and out, but it's just something about walking around the wizarding world of Harry Potter and just being, oh, wow, you know, Reparo. My daughter made a point. She goes, how come you don't see any handicapped people in the Harry Potter universe? And my wife jumped in and said, because they have spells such as Reparo. So if there was someone who, let's say, like their legs didn't work, they just wave a magic wand, Reparo, and now suddenly their legs work. To which I responded, okay, these kids don't find out that they're wizards till what? Like the 6th grade? The 6th grade? So can you imagine being handicapped your entire life and then suddenly in 6th grade you get that letter from Hogwarts like, hey, surprise, you're coming to Hogwarts, you're a wizard, and you learn that there's a spell called Reparo? I would look at my mom and dad and be like, this whole time I could have been walking around, maybe even flying around. What's the flying spell? Leviosa. I could have been flying. But no, I'm just wheeling around. Thanks, Dad. You know what I mean? I know, I'm doing a lot of talking. How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Maybe the parents would use Reparo on the... That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Where's my Reparo? Anyway. Yeah, stop with the Marine questions, man. I don't know nothing about the Marines. Other than their dress uniforms, apparently, like, that's the hill that they're going to die on. I've seen a lot of videos like, you know, we may not be the smartest in the bunch, but our dress uniforms are on front, on par, you know, on fleek. Do they say that anymore? Is that still a thing? Fleek? Is it not? They on fleek. But whatever. I don't know nothing about the Marines. Other than they hit the gym a lot, which is cool. You know, I can dig it. A lot of us Army cats hit the gym a lot too. I just don't make it my whole personality. Oh, it's whatever. Everyone has a personality. You know, you do you. No, I'm not at Fort Jackson. I've only been there for Drill Sergeant Academy. And the surrounding area is not that bad. I mean, I didn't live there, so I'm not like giving you the opinion of a local who's been there for 20 plus years. Like, run, get out, you know. But the surrounding area didn't look too bad. Found a few fun things to do. We did a lot of escape rooms. I made some friends with a couple of other guys that were going through drill sergeant school. And while everyone went out drinking on the weekends, because, you know, a lot of NCOs in the United States military treat going TDY, especially the married ones, as like party time. I'm not with my spouse. I'm not with my kids. I'm a, you know, middle-aged dad, you know, that hasn't been out clubbing since, you know, 99. I'm gonna go, you know, put on my dancing shoes and hit the dance floor. I'm not like that. I was like, I'm too old for that shit, man. I didn't even like going to clubs when I was age appropriate to go to clubs. I'd go to bars. And I'm not going to a club like, see, it's a little loud in here. Can you guys turn it down? I've only heard this, J-Lo dance beat, about 50 times in a row now. Between that and LMFAO. Do you guys have anything else? Anything without Little John in it? Do you guys have anything without Little John saying, yeah, like every 10 seconds? No? All right. But me and the other guys, which is funny because one of them was married and one of them was single, both in their mid-20s. And I think at the time I was like 35, 36. They were not about it either, and one of them found some escape rooms and was like, hey, man, you guys want to go hit this? That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Dude, you ramble too much. Answer the questions. It's my live. I'll do what I want. What is your rank or MLS? Fine, I'll answer questions. Here, rank. It's on first class. There. But anyway, those were a lot of fun. They give you an hour to escape the room, and we're really kind of weirded out when it only took us 20 minutes. They were like, there's no way the three of you are going to figure out this room in under an hour. 20 minutes later, we were like, is this it? Is there any more room? Is there any more room? Where's the rest of the room? You're a 91 Bravo on HBL. Any advice for the Army? Yeah, sure. What's your rank, man? My advice is going to be based off of whatever your rank is. Your MOS is insignificant. I'll give you the different advice based on. You're a PFC. Is it your first? Oh, is it your first duty station? 91 Bravo. That's what is that? A mechanic, or is that a supply? That's not a supply. It's a mechanic, right? 91 Bravo. Type of mechanic. Air conditioning, generator, vehicle. Wheeled vehicle? Okay. I'll tell you what, man. A good mechanic can make or break a unit. You know what I mean? A good mechanic can make or break a unit. And what I mean by that is, especially if you're in a unit that relies heavily on being mounted based off of that unit's MOS, and you have crappy mechanics, like, that kind of, like, doesn't really... like, if you're... honestly, like, if you're in a unit who relies heavily on doing mounted missions, and I'll just take a platoon. Platoon usually has 12 to 13 trucks. If only 4 of those trucks are fully mission capable because your mechanics are just sitting on their ass instead of turning wrenches, then, I mean, really, like, what are we doing here? Like, death before dismount! You guys have 4 trucks to move 41 personnel. Rah! You know what I mean? Like, what's my favorite MRE? Why is that always the go-to question with people? What's your favorite MRE? None of them. I've been in the Army for 15 years. When people are cracking open a box of MREs, I'm not doing a backflip with joy. Like, ugh. You know what I mean? Been there, done that for 15 years. I'm not bougie by any means. I just don't have a favorite. I will lean towards more like the beef patty or the sausage patty. Anything with beef. You know what I mean? I stay away from the pasta dishes just because... Just something about pasta sitting in a air-sealed container for God knows how long just doesn't, like, get my tumbly rumbly. You know what I mean? Doesn't get my tumbly all right. Ooh, 6-month-old pasta? Like, sign me up. You know what I mean? The better question is, how many, will he cut to get the jalapeno cheese? Jalapeno cheese is top notch. The MREs that come with, like, the chocolate peanut butter, it's almost kind of like Nutella, but not really. Maybe if you squint hard enough, it kind of looks like Nutella. And then what's the like jalapeno? That's not how you say it. Jalapeno cashews. My only negative comment for the jalapeno cashews is they give you like 8 cashews. You open that bad boy up, It was like 8 inside. Like, can we divert some of the military's budget towards more cashew? The host seems occupied. How are the rest of y'all doing? What do you want from me, Heather? You realize that when I post this, people will not actually be able to read all your guys' comments. They'll just see me talking to my phone for 15, 20 minutes. You know how my lives go. I pick one topic and then I ramble for 20 minutes. Your content is really funny. I love the Drill Sergeant Time ones. Thanks, man. The Drill Sergeant Time, like in real life, it's kind of like how I do here. I share stories with the privates from my time in the military or my civilian world, if it's not too invasive, you know. They'll ask a couple personal questions, or some advice or whatever. So, like, it's the same on how I do it here. Usually one person will ask me a question, then I'll ramble for 20 minutes, but usually it's like questions about the military. But man, you get like the dumbest questions. I'm like, all right, privates, you know, what are your questions? Ask about duty stations, because some of you are about to go get stationed here, get stationed there, and I've been to all of them. And then they go, Drill Sergeant, what's the PX like? Who gives a shit? It's a store. It has food, occasionally snacks, little treats, little pokey bait, little lickies and chewies, and then overpriced furniture. The same stuff you'd get at Walmart. You know what I mean? Like a shoe rack that I gotta build that's made out of like PVC pipe and 4 little screws that I'm gonna lose when I'm trying to put the thing together. You know what I mean? Yeah, Walmart ends up being cheaper than the PX anyway. Don't go, but the PX is tax-free. But yes, they also bump up the original sale price because you're not getting taxed. What's your opinion on MPs? They're good. I gotta know what you want me to say. They're MPs, man. They're multi-purpose. They get used for everything. I almost told you guys a story of what's happening right now that the MPs are getting utilized for. And just trust me, you'll find out on your own. It's too new. I can't talk about it. Read a military news source and you'll see. It's so stupid. Have you ever had diarrhea in the field? These are the hard-hitting questions that you guys want. Oh, Drill Sergeant Fitness is live. You ever had diarrhea in the field? I can't say that I haven't. I'm sure somewhere in my 15-year stint, there's been a couple of... Like, oh, man, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'll tell you what. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story. I was at JRTC. Quick backstory, if you don't know what JRTC is, it's a Joint Readiness Training Center down there at Fort Polk. I forget what they renamed Fort Polk. It's not called Fort Polk anymore. It's called like Fort Cool Guy. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, your unit goes down there, and it's like a big field training exercise. In a nutshell, it's basically what it is, except there's a lot of people involved, a lot of role players. There's a lot, all right? Anyway, we're inside the box, and everything is like, once you're inside the box, like, it's game on, right? You're supposed to, like, there's no timeouts, there's no anything, it's like, it's game on. There's a lot of Op 4 out there, all right, aka bad guys, you know, whatever. 1 hour in the box is supposed to represent 1 day in real time. So 1 hour in the box, 60 minutes, is supposed to represent 24 hours real time. That's how fast the op tempo is going. When I tell you I was tired after 5 days, like, that didn't even like begin to describe it. I was exhausted. Sent 3 super chats. Can you please respond? Yes, give me a second. I get on my rants. Anyway, we were on a mission, per se. We were on a mission, and I got a little rumbly in the tumbly, and I couldn't hold it anymore. We were like paused anyway. Like, our convoy was pulled over for some reason. I can't remember what we were doing. And I remember telling my squad leader, because I was just a team leader at the time, I was like, hey, bro, I can't hold this anymore. I ran into the forest, into the wood line, looked around to make sure no one was around, and sat my happy little behind on a tree that had fallen over and just kind of had my butt hanging off the edge. And I was like 5 seconds into my poop when I hear over the loudspeakers, because I got loudspeakers throughout the thing, and they were making the announcement index, which means end exercise, like it was officially over. And I hear the trucks turn back on because they're about to leave, and I was like, oh, don't leave without me! Oh, God. Alright, who asked can you respond, please? Yes, I'm right here. What you need, man? What you need, bruh? But yeah, I am going to start doing some longer videos. I know I just keep putting up my little shorts on here just to give you guys a little something to look at throughout the day. But I am going to start putting some longer videos on here. Some tutorials, some how-tos, some tips, advice, and stuff like that. Because that is like 80% of the people who ask me questions when I go live is like, hey, tips for basic training, yada yada. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make some tutorials, man. I'm gonna make some. Excuse me. I'm gonna make some little. But it's not going to be like every other YouTube video you've ever seen, where it's like, hey, bro, welcome to Drill Sergeant Fitness's page. A lot of people have asked me, hey, Drill Sergeant, what are some tips for basic training? But I thought I'd make a video first, but before we get into it, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and click that notification bell for more videos such as this. It's not going to be like that. It's probably going to be more of like this. Just me talking, maybe a couple of demonstrations, poorly edited, no music in the background, just poorly edited. You're like, wow, this is the best video I've ever seen. Yeah, just don't forget to hit that like and button and subscribe for more blah 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 blah. That's how YouTube used to be. I know now it's more people playing video games. Like you could see the video game at the top, and then their little head is in the corner, and they're just like screaming. Like they're usually playing a scary game, and then out of nowhere they're just like, ah! But I'm not gonna do that. Give me.
Can you open these for me, please?
I figured that's what you needed. What did they seal it with super glue?
Are you gonna put that in your video?
Well, I'm already live, so they can see it.
Oh.
Oh my god, dude! What did you?
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
I can't get it. I didn't want to
I can't get it either. Like I feel that they. Oh, see, I loosened it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I loosened it. I feel like once they screwed it on, they put like rubber cement on the bottom. So yeah, this will get them. Oh my god. Oh, one of the things, well, no, it wasn't a jar of pickles, it was a jar of peanuts. Like a plastic container of peanuts. One of the gifts that we got our kids for Christmas in a stocking stuffer was bath bombs, but they were little mini toilets with the poo emoji on top of it. And when my son opened it, he goes, "Is this the Skibidi toilet?" I was like, "What is the Skibidi toilet?" He's like, "Dad, you know what the Skibidi toilet is." Skibidi bum bum bum, yes, yes, yes. I just was like, bro, I just wanted to get you a toilet with a poo on top of it. Opinion on Band of Brothers. I feel like you can't watch Band of Brothers enough. You know what I mean? Like, I thoroughly enjoy it. It's, like, obviously the story of those guys, but I think the way it was shot, the pacing of the movie, just everything about it is so good that I can't not watch it when it's on. You know what I mean? Plus, you know, once you go airborne, it's like a rite of passage. You have to watch it. When I found out that they were showing it at the pack shed down there at Airborne School while they're waiting to, for their chalk number to get called. And then when I went, you sat there in the pack shed in complete silence for like 5 hours until your chalk number was called. I was thoroughly disappointed. How come I don't get to watch Band of Brothers? I just get to watch the guy in front of me, like, oh, my back. And as soon as you go to stand up, to like move around a little bit, and you're like, candidate, sit back down. Like, sit back down, airborne. Like, all right, thanks. Maybe I didn't get the good class. Apparently, the other classes are really good. Mine was just butt. But anyway, I don't know. And that's the thing too, man. Everyone said like, "Oh, you got Charlie Company. Charlie Company has all the butt instructors." I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought they were good. They were funny. They were very informative. You could tell they were very passionate about their jobs. Did we run everywhere? Yes. Did I hate that? 100%. I hate running. I enjoy running in small increments. You know what I mean? It's good to get the blood flowing. You get that little runner's high, especially when like everything's working. But to run everywhere and sprint in boots and utes with a stupid ACH on your head, carrying your canteen, stupid. Anyway, this is my favorite live. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to have to go in a little bit. I just wanted to hop on here because I haven't been live in a while. Give you guys something to do. There's been quite a few of you in here. I appreciate that. And if you didn't catch the whole live, as soon as I'm done, it posts to YouTube. So you can go back and watch it. Watch it over and over. It'll be fun. Is it time? Is it? It's almost time. What time is it? It's almost 17, bruh. You know what time of the day that is. But I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna call it the old day. I'll hop on here tomorrow, roughly around this time. Maybe different. Maybe yeah. I'll probably hop on here. I'm gonna try and go. Hey, he goes live. Reads 1% of the chat. Look, man, I can't help it. I get on these little tangents and I just run with it. All right. Honestly, if you have like a question that you like really need answered because like you need some help or something, you can always shoot me. What do they call it? A DM, a PM? I don't know. Slide into my DM. That just sounds really bad. You can send me a private message on Instagram. I think that's probably the best way to get a hold of me. You can't really send me messages through this app, and TikTok doesn't really. Just respond to my last question. What was your last question? Type it again. But TikTok, you can send messages through TikTok, but I don't really read. People tag me in so many like dumb videos that I don't really check my notifications. And when I say dumb, they're dumb. Like, what is it, like Temple Run type game video, like where it's just footage of like Temple Run, and then it'll say like, would you punch your fifth in the face, and then they'll tag me in it and be like, so what's up, drill sergeant, we fighting or what? I'm like, what is this video? So yeah, if you really need something answered, send it to my Instagram. Saw you at bar a month back. Welcome to Team Brother. Thanks, bro. That's it. I only got 6 jumps. Gonna try and get one more in before I PCS. But thanks. It feels good to be finally a member of the airborne community, as I've been shunned for so long. I wouldn't necessarily say I was shunned, but I tried to go to airborne school so many times, and it just was never a good time. Or I would show up to the pickup site, over there at Core, and they would straight up announce, like, hey, if you were in the rank of Sergeant First Class and above and you're trying to get a walk-on spot, try next time. You're like, wait, what? Come on, man. Come on, brother. Let me get a walk-on spot. Let me get one rib, Is it hard to get accepted into the airborne? Not really. Oh, what's a drill sergeant's easy passing trainees? What do you mean? Easy passing trainees? What does that mean? Like letting them slide on an event? Is that what you mean? Easy passing? You know how hard it is to chapter someone out of the military? Like, we'll make exceptions, I guess. Like, if it's a really good trooper, like he or she is a really good troop, and like having, you know, the minor issue with, like, let's say shooting, right? You know, you got to get, what, 26 out of 40? What is it, 26, 27 out of 40 to qualify? I think it's 27 off the top of my head. And they get a 26. But they're a good troop. Like, they're 100% good. They just literally have never held a rifle before in their entire life. Am I really going to fail that kid and chapter him out of the Army over one single shot that they, you know? Like, come on, man. But it's about that time. I'm going to go in. What are you doing? Get out of the shot! Stupid. Pay no attention to that person back there. Pay no attention. Stupid. I am going to go, though. Stop dancing! You're so dumb. Alright. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go. Like I said, I'll probably go live around this time tomorrow. Maybe earlier if you're around. Hop on in the live. If not, have a fantastic day. Still pay no attention to this person right here. Alright, I'm going to go. Bye. How do I turn this thing off?